From Los Angeles to a worldwide audience, this is Boaz Power TV, where we take your life to the next level. Now, internationally known speaker and author, here's Boaz.
Hi, welcome to the Power Show. You are part of the Power Nation, and I'm so glad you're here. Because here we take your life to the next level as we help you improve your attitude, your relationships, your finances, and your career. And one thing that'll help you with your attitude, as it does for me, is when people ask you, how's everything? How's life? How's business? One word, with enthusiasm. Unbelievable. Nobody will know what you're up to when you do this with enthusiasm. Everybody will give you the benefit of the doubt and think you're doing great. This is episode number 274 on Boaz Power TV. And I call this message, Watch for Curves on the Fast Track. Not too long ago, on my way to a speaking engagement for the management team at Thunderhill Raceway in Willows, California, I found myself in the middle of wide open spaces. I was traveling on California Highway 162. This is somewhat about 60 miles northwest of Sacramento, and all I could see for miles in any direction were rolling hills and a lot of farmland. Now, perhaps someone had made a mistake in my directions. I saw nothing that resembled a racetrack anywhere. However, as I crested a gentle hill, there was the sign for Thunderhill. I drove through the gate and parked by the main building. There were a good number of cars and drivers gathered nearby, and I could see some of the raceway as I meandered in various directions. As it meandered, through some gentle rolling hills. As I entered the main building, I was greeted by David Vodden. He is the CEO of Thunderhill. We had met before when I spoke for a CEO group of which David is a member. Today I was at his raceway to conduct my seminar for several of his top executives. David is a bright, outgoing, charismatic person who obviously has a passion for auto racing. When he was hired to run Thunderhill years ago, there was no racetrack in Willows. He was entrusted with the job of building and running it. He and his team have done an amazing job. I do believe that in a previous life, I'm sure I was a race car driver. This was exhibited by my fervor in driving on Germany's Autobahn a few years ago. With no speed limit on that road, I was able to drive at over 100 miles an hour. The only mistake I made at the time was not getting a car with a big enough engine. The drivers in their Mercedes and BMWs were flashing their lights in my rearview mirror. They wanted to pass, and they did, like a rocket. Well, as David began to tell me about the track, he related the Thunderhill Raceway Park holds a unique place in the world of motorsports. It is a track built by racers for racers, and its mission was to provide a place for racers to hone their skills, practice, perfect, and play. The track has become so popular, in fact, that it's now booked over 320 days each year with racers who want to experience this amazing facility. David had mentioned in an email the previous week that if we had time, he would take me on a spin around his 3-mile track. Have time? Come on. As far as I was concerned, I was prepared to go on strike and not do my seminar if I didn't get a spin around David's track. Thus, the first order of the day was for me to ask David about that spin around the raceway. Within minutes, we were in his Ford Explorer as David guided it onto the Thunderhill track. As David started to maneuver around some of the turns on the track at what seemed to be a moderate speed, he related to me that motorsports offers the participant a unique and special opportunity to live life on the edge, to test the limits of life and the soul, and to experience the agony of defeat or the thrill of victory. A good driver, David told me, learns that to go fast, you cannot waste forward motion. Let's repeat that. To go fast, you cannot waste forward motion. What a great lesson in life. How many times do we all think that we're going forward when we're actually wasting motion on that which is not our top priority? As I quickly found out, Thunderhill has some amazing curves. One involves a slight hill with a fast right turn on the far side. Taking this one too fast could easily result in a spin out or much worse. David obviously knew every inch of his raceway. We continued through various curves as he made an interesting observation. He told me that the basic physics of auto racing involved rewards for fast forward motion and nothing else. The task was to maximize forward motion by using optimum turning radius. We had come back to the beginning point of the raceway by now, and David speeded up and went down the straightaway. Before I knew it, he was up to 100 miles per hour and our second run of the track. I could feel my adrenaline pumping as David stated drivers learned that sometimes the fastest way through a turn is to go in slow so you can come out fast. Go in slow so you can come out fast. We say in the sport, in slow, out fast. In fast, out maybe. In slow, out fast. In fast, out maybe. Well, there was quite a correlation to life there, wasn't it, in David's statement about curves on the racetrack? How many times when life throws us a curve do we get upset real fast? That can take us off course and get us distracted. On a racetrack, that could be disastrous. David's statement still echoes in my mind. In fast, out maybe. My visit to Thunderhill was amazing. David and his great staff created something very special there. And the life lesson from the curves brought home an important message that I will keep in mind the next time life throws me a curve. And if life ever throws you a curve financially, let me show you how I got back on track a few years ago. I had charged too many things, credit cards up to the hilt. I mean, I wasn't managing my money well, living beyond my means. Here are the things I did that got me back on track. Number one, I simply decided to live below my means for a while. Live a little below my means, lower my expenses. I lowered my expenses. Then I stopped charging. Just stop charging. If I don't have the cash right now, I'm not going to buy it right now. I'll wait. And then I lowered my expenses, stopped charging. I paid off some debts. Started with the smallest one first. I got to tell you, there's power, lots of power in being debt-free. It's amazing. And then I started saving cash. Having a lot of cash gives you lots of confidence. I'm so glad you were with me. So here is the affirmation for this episode of Boaz Power TV. It's a racing affirmation from David's story. When life throws me a curve, I slow down, take decisive action, and then speed up. When life throws me a curve, you may want to write this down. When life throws me a curve, I slow down, take decisive action, and then speed up. Speaking of action, would you do me a favor and please forward this to somebody you like? Suggest to go to my website, boazpower.com, where they can also subscribe to the free weekly broadcast of Boaz Power TV. Such a pleasure to have you with me. You are special. You are unique. You are destined for greatness, and I believe you understand better how to get through the curves of life. I believe in you. In fact, I see it in you. You are a champion. Have a powerful day.
This has been Boaz Power TV. To comment, see other episodes, or to subscribe to this free broadcast, go to our blog at boazpower.com. That's boazpower.com. We're here to take your life to the next level.